Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. Welcome to Finish the Story. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I am joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Trent Ludzag. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good.
Welcome to another Freaky Friday, another spooky episode.
Of course, it's Halloween. I got new hangings for the walls for this.
I know, dude. It looks good, actually. I was looking at it on the video. It looks good. Blake had the perfect shirt for it. I was like, damn.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
leave it up to
Of course he did. He wore an
said
Alistair
something about it, and I didn't really pick up on it until I was doing the thumbnail, and I was like, this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So
I saw it as soon as he walked in.
How you been?
I'm doing.
Dude, speaking of Freaky Friday and
actually,
spooky,
you really want to know how I'm doing.
Yeah.
You saw my shirt.
Yeah.
I went to micro wrestling with my best buds Patrick and Sham.
How was that?
It was
dude?
Wonderful, dude. It was.
That's little people wrestling.
Yes.
They call it micro
Wrestling. Dude, I have a koozie. I left it in the other room. I bought a koozie that says I support micro violence because that's their slogan.
Amazing.
It might say it on the back of this shirt. I just realized I have not looked at the back of this shirt.
So is this was your favorite
it was very
character
fun.
of the night?
This was so he wasn't even a wrestler. He was the referee.
What?
Slash halftime performer.
Quarter time performer.
Goes by Micro Jackson.
Dude, that's amazing. I thought he was a wrestler.
No, he was the best performer of any of them, I feel like, because his facial expressions were on always. Dude, that's amazing. One dude would suplex another dude, and you'd see Micro Jackson in the corner going, and he's got he's got a referee uniform and one glove.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and then he came out with the whole zipper red jacket.
Yeah, what song did he do?
And he did, what song was it? It was one of the big ones.
Oh, yeah.
Not too long.
Thriller.
It wasn't Thriller. I think
I'm Bad?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Beat It.
If he did Black and White, dude. It don't matter.
We Are the World.
Yeah. You're like, Jesus Christ.
He sang every part.
Yeah. That's awesome.
No,
dude.
but he was
packed?
dancing around. It was. Oh yeah, they sold like 500 tickets to that thing.
No shit, 500
Yeah.
tickets. Where was it held at?
It was in the parking lot.
No.
And by the way,
outdoor.
So that you know, it was not a full size ring. In case you weren't aware, they have a micro ring.
It's just a Diddy mattress.
It's probably like 8x8.
Yeah, you're like, that's a queen size mattress out there.
But I mean, they're doing all the stuff, man. They're flipping each other around and shit. It's
awesome.
It's a fun show.
Damn. That is fun. I've never gone.
Dude, they did the national anthem up front.
Mm-hmm.
And Patrick and Sham knelt and locked arms and then put their hands over their hearts.
What was the reaction to that, dude?
I took a picture of it.
Yeah.
I mean, people. I don't think a lot of people noticed.
Okay.
But here's the thing. At that point, I feel like to an onlooker, they looked like the first interracial gay couple that's ever been to this place. Bro, I have pictures. I'll send you some pictures.
Yeah, send me some pictures, man. That's amazing. I've never been. I've always wanted to go. I didn't know if it was in poor taste.
It's very fun. I mean, they make it fun. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're selling.
I've always wanted to go on mushrooms, but I was always afraid I would have to leave.
And here's the thing, they are selling it cuz to get a picture with them, it's $5.
Okay.
You have to pay. It's like there's a line at the end.
Hustlers, dude.
Yeah, there's a line at the end. They did a raffle at the beginning.
Man. That's fun though.
It was very fun.
How long of an event? Did they do like a whole thing?
Yeah, it was like a couple hours.
Nice. That's fun, dude.
But yeah, I got the Micro Jackson shirt. I had to.
You have to, dude.
You have to.
I mean, that's like...
star performer of the evening, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude. You got to support. I mean...
Yeah.
A little support.
A little support, yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that's amazing. Yeah, it's something.
Actually, I bet I can find a picture of Micro Jackson.
Yeah, bring up a picture. Yeah, let's Google Micro Jackson because might be my favorite.
This is the guy. Yeah, this is him.
Oh my God, dude! Yes, bring
Yeah,
that up.
yeah, this
Put
man.
that up for the people.
He's the best. He's my favorite.
Put him up with his jacket.
Oh, here he is wearing the same shirt I got.
Oh man, damn.
This was his halftime performance jacket, but he did. It's gonna bother me. Billie Jean.
Oh,
Yeah, there. That I mean, truly a legendary performer.
yeah, truly a living legend. It's amazing that you got to be a part of that.
My one question is, how's he molesting kids?
How are they sitting on his lap? What were some of the other performers there? What were some of the other names? Did anybody have as good a name
There
as
was
that?
Lil Show.
Okay, like Big Show?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see what they did there.
There was a guy just doing an Elvis Presley thing that went by Jack Presley.
I've never been an Elvis
Played
fan.
a heel, yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely a heel. We got to let that go. The obsession with Elvis.
Yeah.
That's like a boomer thing. I think I have a visceral reaction to it because when I was in school, the guy who ran in-school suspension was a huge Elvis fan and would play it all day. Looking back, I feel like he was just terrorizing black kids, but like
Maybe, yeah.
he would just play it like an obnoxious
Something else
volume.
we took from you.
Like, dude, like one kid's just sitting there like, Chuck Berry, bro. Chuck fucking Berry.
Anything else.
He did definitely steal it. It's a weird time when you go back and watch that, like the reaction of the crowd, just because he's like, just gyrating his dick around.
Yeah.
It's crazy. People are like fainting.
Mr. Presley did some of that for sure.
Yeah.
Because and here's the thing,
He has to.
I think that's why it was the gimmick, because that with short legs looks pretty fun.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. The original.
There was a
stanky
point.
leg.
There was a point he like tied in like an like he tied in like the windmill arm to like hitting a guy and knocking him off on his ass. It was fun. It was very fun.
All right, I can see where that's fun.
Yeah. I mean, he did it as well as you can do that lame ass.
You got it, like you said. You got to just sell it, because if you're half-assing your character,
it's
no
not
good.
going to work. Yeah. And the man was a professional.
Were they pumping the crowd up?
He was playing the heel. So he came out
The
and was
little
just
heel?
he was
That's
just
amazing.
shitting on Georgia, just as a state, just dumping on the whole thing, and it was, and so he like the crowd was booing for him. It was awesome. It was very like you. It's I kind of get why some people like it, but I didn't get drunk enough to like get there mentally.
Yeah.
Where all I needed was just a very simple story. It's very obvious who is the good guy and who's the bad guy.
Yeah, that's why wrestling's very like.
It's just like
This is the good guy. This is the bad guy. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
I don't know. Sham wants to take me to like a hardcore match, and I don't really think I want to. I feel like I would get PTSD from watching that live.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. When I started watching those, you watch this old ECW.
I just have seen clips where it gets.
It's like, dude, I can't believe nobody called the police.
Yeah, well, they did. The police are scared.
Right, you're like, I'm gonna be sitting in a courtroom talking about this.
Yeah. I shouldn't be filming this.
Yeah. I went to one wrestling, and it was, Raw is War. It was fun. I would like to go as an adult. I think it would be a different experience.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? I think more of the people watching of the crowd. I feel like the crowd of people that are still going to wrestling, in a giant auditorium, paying money for like WrestleMania.
Yeah. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Talking about Undertaker's streak, you're like, it's rigged, right? Mm-hmm. He's 27-0 in WrestleMania. You're like, dude. It was cool when I was like 10.
Speaking of rigged, I also went to the Falcons game on Thursday.
That's all. What a game to go to,
Not
man.
rigged. I know. It was an incredible, and it's crazy. We left early.
No, you didn't.
Well, here's what happened, right? Falcons down by 3. There's 2 minutes on the clock.
Okay, I'm familiar.
They're driving. Mm-hmm. Third down, 3rd and like 8 or something like that. Kirky Boy Cousins, just
swag
like
surf cousins.
I mean, throws it right in the middle of this receiver's chest.
Mooney,
it touches both his hands, and he drops it.
When he dropped that, dude, I almost threw the baby at the TV.
Extra point, right?
Yeah.
Blocked. Or not extra point, field goal on fourth down.
Yeah.
Blocked to tie the game. We're like, all right, classic Falcons choke. Let's start moving towards the exit. Because we're like on the opposite side of the place.
Did you do the classic line? Let's beat traffic.
Yeah, of course. Obviously. Dude, I grew up in Minnesota. I know what that's like.
Let's beat the fucking traffic out of here, dude.
Exactly.
Let's beat feet.
So we're walking down the hallway, and then we look up, and we're like, oh, shit, the Falcons still have the ball. They still got a chance.
Right.
Interception. We're like, all right, good call. Let's get out of here. We get all the way outside, and just as we're outside the building, massive cheer. Sham pulls it up on his phone. We're streaming it, watching the game
outside
on his phone, walking to the car.
At least we live in that time.
Yeah,
that you can do that.
I mean, when like, it's crazy that place. Sham describes it like a sports bar because there's TVs everywhere, and not all of them are even the game. There's like mediocre college football games on also.
How wild is that stadium, though?
It's the most comfortable professional sports experience I've had.
It's insane.
When like the seats I was like, are the most comfortable temperature-wise. Like stadiums are always too cold or too hot.
Yep, always.
You know? But no, it was like you're in there. It feels nice. There's a breeze.
What's so funny about that is me and my dad did the same thing. So we were season ticket holders, and when Matt Ryan first came, we were like, I forget what game it was, but it was same thing. We were like, looked at each other. We're like, you want to beat the traffic, get out of here? Get right outside the Georgia Dome. You just hear the explosion of like just the crowd. Yeah. And then we had long enough of a walk to where the game got out and we were seeing people like high-fiving each other. Like, that was the best comeback. Yeah. I looked at my dad. I was like, never again. Never again, dude. Yeah. I will take that long walk of shame. I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to stay because it's worth it if you come back. It's worth it.
Yeah. We should have stayed.
God damn, but when you lose, that walk of shame sucks.
Yeah.
You're walking out. People are fucking in your face. I
stayed for this.
Yeah, at the end, you got to sit in traffic.
Yeah.
And the other team's talking shit. You're like, I'm about to go to Fulton County Jail. I'm about to fucking.
Bro, I don't know if I've ever met a real life in-person Buccaneers fan. But there was one sitting right behind us. And, like, he wasn't even being, I would say, obnoxious and cheering a lot. But the way that he was breaking stuff down to his friend was like, I hate this person.
Oh, you had a play-by-play?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Really not. Just annoying. Like a douchey play-by-play.
Yeah, like, what is this, your fucking girlfriend, dude? You got to explain the game to him? Get the fuck. What, is he blind?
Like, Tony Romo was not behind us.
Yeah, dude.
You know, this guy was.
That drives me crazy. That's where I'll do this. I won't say anything, but I'll hit him with this. Give him the. Got to, dude. I'm too much of a bitch to start a confrontation.
I also watched that guy spill 2 beers down the front seats in front of him. I mean, maybe not full, but some amount of beer down the seats in front. Because there's a difference
between spilling and water falling.
Yeah.
Like where you hit it and it goes. Yeah, that's a problem.
No, like, real experience with that.
I've done it. I told you my experience where I hit the magnet on the bottom of the cup and just completely evacuated the entire 20 ounces on this dude's rain jacket in front of me. It's like, holy shit, dude.
That's such a funny, stupid thing to do.
That was like a 6 beers in. Like, what is this dude? And my dad, who doesn't drink, was like, dude, I watched you fucking do that. Like, out of the corner of my dad's eye, he's like, surely he's not going to.
Because he saw you like poking it, like toying with it.
He saw me looking at it like an idiot, just like like investigating it. Like, what is this? What are you doing? What the fuck is the point of that? They're like the novelty that it just fills up from the bottom. I don't need a fucking escape hatch. Like an emergency exit.
It's easier to automate too.
I guess. I just don't need that. I was like, dude, the escape hatch from my beer.
You shouldn't have it. You're a monkey, you know?
Yeah,
like, you
no
really...
way, dude. No way should I have that.
Like, I would just... the first time I was drunk and saw one of those things, I knew what it was immediately because I'm a reasonable person, Keegan.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I was tailgate down. It was a night game,
bro. I
dude.
feel like your twins are already smarter than you.
I'm telling you, when it's if I had 13 beers, they're definitely smarter than me. We're both gonna be staring in the same mirror, just like, dude. Speaking of them, so yesterday I'm sitting there, I'm like playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm watching them. Christina went to the store. And they're both just chilling in their little bouncer. I'm like, oh, Emma, you are so cute. I was like, I paused it. I was like, oh, I'm going to pick you up. Like, give you a little cuddle time. Dude, I undid her thing on her bouncer. And when I picked her up, I was like, why are you wet? She had shit to her armpits, bro.
Oh, no.
Like, I don't even know how it is possible. Like, maybe... Like, dude, because she was kind of sitting at like an angle on this thing, just completely shit all over her. I mean, I picked her up. I was like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then she starts crying. I'm like, no, it's okay. It's okay. And their shit, like, in the last 3 days have taken a stinky turn. Like, all of a sudden, it's like getting me where I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
And it's just...
Yeah.
The other one was crying. There's just shit everywhere. I was like, dude, this is bad. Like, how did this happen? Yeah. It's beyond a blowout. That was it was beyond a blowout. It like really...
Like, most adults aren't capable of shitting themselves that aggressively.
Dude, it's crazy how loud they fart and like how much pressure is coming out of that diaper. You're like, that thing stands no chance.
They got to industrial test those things.
Dude, you have to really strap it in. I don't even know. I guess it went up and around. It was everywhere. All over everything. Just grossed me out.
Yeah.
It's fucking tough, dude.
Thanks for bringing that to me. I'm glad I finished my coffee. Then you gotta fucking,
it's like you're going into certain. Then I'm like holding her and I just turned the water on hot and like had the water going. Dude, I put my hands under the sink, scalded my hands to the point to where today I was like, how hot does this water get? You know how hot the water out of the sink gets? And we're on level B of the hot water tank, right?
Okay.
164 degrees, dog. Coming out of that sink. And it goes all the way up to D.
Crazy.
We're on B. There's 2 more levels. I was like, what is it? Just make pasta when you turn it up to D?
You can actually just make pasta in the strainer.
I mean, it burnt my hand so bad. Feature. I was like, I'm really dying to see. So we have like a thermometer. I was like, that's crazy. I got to get that fixed. Yeah. I don't want the girls to be able to just turn the bath on.
Just oops.
Yeah, because that fucked me up. It's just, and then you're trying not to show pain in front of the kids. But I was like, whoa.
What if they're like the dragon people from Game of Thrones, where like they want the bath that hot?
Just place them under it.
Turn it up to D, Daddy.
Dude, who is hotter. That for? D is insane. I was like, bro,
that feels like it's for industrial use or something,
right? Yeah, like a construction site or something.
You guys got the top of the line water heater, apparently.
So what's up, man? We got a Freaky Friday episode.
Yeah.
You brought a topic. We've been going back and forth.
Yeah.
The last one I did was the mini episode of the hallway, which, by the way...
Stop bringing it up, please, because it terrifies me whenever I think about it. I hate it.
I was going to say, a couple people have hit me up. One person came up and we're talking about fears and then the worst ways to die on the last couple episodes. Somebody hit me with one we didn't mention, buried alive.
Yeah, that sucks dick. Because you know what's happening. You're like the hallway, you have hope. Mm-hmm. Buried alive, you have no hope.
No. And yeah. Buried alive, I was like, I don't even like to think about that one.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Realistically, it would be difficult to cut that short even. If you're like...
to kill yourself
if I, like,
in a box?
Yeah. You can't really get at everything.
Oh, you could just...
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Hopefully you have a belt.
Think about this. In Savannah, they had the yellow fever came through, right? And then like thousands upon thousands of people are dying. This is my buddy that did the tours told me this. And so they have all these tunnels. So like the grand idea was like, yo, everybody's going to leave this city. We can't like show them how many people are dying. So they just started throwing people in these tunnels underground. Whoa. Well, dude, they didn't have the right tools. and like instruments to tell if people were dead. So people were just in comas.
Oh,
and then they're waking up in these fucking tunnels full of just dead people.
Bro.
Down. That's why they say Savannah's so haunted. And it's got so many fucking spirits. That is a bad way to go.
That's not a good way to go.
No, that's where you're like, I will haunt this city forever.
Dude, being buried alive in bodies is way worse.
Yeah, that's where you come back and just fucking terrorize drunk girls on bachelorette parties.
You just push over drunk girls next to a pier for all of eternity.
Yeah, dude. I'd be pissed. That's a terrible way to die. That, and then you have like, my buddy lived in a building. They were like, it was a Civil War hospital. I was like, get out of there.
Nah, don't live there.
Get the fuck out of there.
Bro, you'll get haunted by a leg there.
Yeah, that's why when we try to watch scary movies, those scary houses don't scare me because I'm like, I'd be so out. As soon as my kids started drawing creepy photos, I'm out, dude.
Well, here's like, I'm looking to buy a house at some point in the near future if I can.
You got to check the vibes.
Yeah. You can't be picking up a haunted spot.
And you got to go back at night, too. You got to go back during the day when kids let out to see how many kids are in the neighborhood and like what that situation is. Because you don't want to live next to like fucking 8 families.
Yeah.
It's just
really 8 families don't want to live next to me, and I'm not going to force that on them.
Yeah, that's true. You know, and then you got to go back at night because neighborhoods change at night. Just pull out, man, what the fuck? Got burn barrels in the front yard. You're like, oh my God, it looks like the Warriors out here.
Yeah. Why do every single street light blink on this street?
Mm-hmm. Why is everyone outside? Why is everyone in the street?
Bro, everybody's just wearing the same white nightgown staring at the moon. You're like, what is happening here?
Dude, that's like our friends live next to that Orthodox church in Marietta that are across the train tracks. I went down to their house one time and they had people were marching with like staffs and robes. I was like, yo.
I mean, that's a free show every Sunday, you know?
I guess. That's where you're just like, dude. That was creepy. Watching them march around, there's little kids marching. You're like, trying to Google what they believe. You're like, you got to Google it. You got to give the old sign of Google when people are white robes. Wait a minute.
As soon as robes come out, you got to start worrying.
You got to really ask yourself. As soon as you're marching in step with people, you got to be like, what are we doing?
If you're wearing anything you wouldn't wear to the mall,
yeah, exactly.
Careful, you know?
Yeah. Maybe double check. Ask a friend. We had a friend that wanted to go. My buddy's girlfriend, she got really into like the Anunnaki. Like, dog, she would play speeches when you would get in the car.
I've seen those signs around the
All
city.
right, so one time I got in the car with her, and she just fucking no music, we're just cruising, and then she like casually turned it on, and I'm just like looking out the window, and then it's like, what the fuck are we listening to? Just some dude talking about the Anunnaki. Like, stop trying to convert me into whatever. But she was talking about going to this retreat. She's like, yeah, I'm going to go to this retreat.
We're going to get a sound bath.
Bro, my buddy's like, that's a cult. She's like, It is not a cult. We're like, do you have to wear an outfit? She's like, it's just one color. We're like, you see? She's like, I have to wear a green robe. We're like, babe, that's a cult. Like, that's a cult. Like, why would they make you wear a robe if it's not? Yeah, you got to, if it has a dress code, you need to start looking into what you believe in. You need to start reading that fucking that charter again.
That's how I see restaurants too. If they're like, crazy. You got to wear a jacket in here. Nah, that's a cult.
They used to have a gay bar in Savannah that wouldn't let people in tank tops because the owner thought armpit hair was yucky.
That's an amazing. I mean,
it'd just be dudes outside like, what the fuck?
If I'm being real, it makes me love American capitalism more than that makes me proud to be an American. Yeah. Is just the ability of a business owner to be like, none of that because I don't like it.
Yeah, that grosses me out, dude.
And if you don't like that, if you want to wear your tank top, don't go to that bar.
Yeah, take that redneck shit somewhere else.
That's how this works.
It's like
class it up with a T-shirt.
It's like when people get their song skipped at a bar and they get upset. It's like, as the bartender, you should be able to curate the music.
Absolutely.
You're like, bro, I'm not going to sit in here and listen to Bon Jovi 18 times in a row. Like, here's $1. Fuck your choice.
Yeah.
We're not listening to Cotton Eye Joe, goddammit.
Dude, you can't take a bar seriously as soon as that comes on.
The people like that song. Like, I see people dancing at weddings, like getting down.
Weddings is different because there's a weird vibe at a wedding.
Cotton Eye Joe, it tells me how fucking lame your family is, dude. Like, nah.
That's a good test. Like, Christina's family, put that on, see what happens. You know what I mean?
They would hate it. They're from Massachusetts, bro. They don't know about no Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. My family, I'm worried they would fail that test.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, the whitest thing that you can do at a wedding is play the chicken dance. That is the single whitest thing you can do.
Every wedding I've been to.
I've only been to one that did the chicken dance, and I was so embarrassed. And you have to do it.
No.
You can't not do it.
You don't.
Everybody kept being like, do it, do it.
The only time I ever
did the chicken dance?
As an adult, I don't dance. I'm consistent. I have
strong orders that if you're dancing on a dance floor, I am to call 911.
Yeah, you should call an ambulance. Yeah. I'm too drunk. I need my stomach pumped.
Get your stomach pumped immediately.
The only way
is there a nurse?
the only way to circumvent that is to have my drunk mother ask, because then I feel bad saying no.
Aunts and moms can get you on a dance floor in a hurry, dude.
Nah, aunts, I can resist them.
See, I got too many. Once you get power of 3, you're like, all right.
Well, no, I have a lot of them.
Who am I to deny these broads? They want to see my moves, dude. Let me cut a rug out here for the Blunt sisters.
But here's the thing. If you get enough of them, then it becomes easy to say no again, because now it's almost saying no to a crowd.
Yeah.
And you're like...
There's a specific number.
Yeah.
Now, I will get in there and electric slide it.
Oof.
I will organize the electric slide.
I think the Cupid Shuffle was the last dance that I did at one of my cousin's weddings.
That's a good one.
With my mother.
I like the wobble.
The wobble.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a pretty white trash one, I feel like.
Yeah. You know what's a fun one that goes on far too long? Jump on it. That is like a 9-minute song, dude. He says every state. You're like, Jesus Christ, he's hitting every capital. Yeah, that's a rough one. All right, that's neither here nor there.
Let's do the thing.
What's the topic?
Because it blew me away that you didn't know about Skinwalker Ranch.
All right, so I have purposely...
You didn't know about Skinwalker Ranch to the point that you asked me about Skinwalkers, thinking it was like which it makes sense. It's called Skinwalker Ranch, but it's not necessarily directly tied to Skinwalkers unless you ask specific people.
Okay. So, I have avoided this on purpose.
Okay. So, what it is physically is a ranch in Utah in what's called the Uinta Basin. And it is basically every type of paranormal event pretty much has happened there. Like, if you trust certain people.
Right, yeah.
So the way the story kind of starts with this thing is that it's a ranch that's owned by a couple for like a long time, like 60, 70 years.
Nice.
They eventually move out. The Sherman family moves in 94.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right.
Nice, 90s.
Immediately it gets weird.
So was it weird before, you think? And then
like night one, so when they move in, they notice as they're moving in that there's like weird like latches on cabinets to like hold them closed and stuff. Because you know, like cabinets, you just pull it open.
I don't like that.
So like there's a lot of like weird deadbolts and stuff around here.
Yeah. Extra locks is never good. You're like,
but they're like, we got this big ass ranch. It's like 500 acres. Yeah, 500 acres. It's big. Mm-hmm. They're moving here to start up like a high end cattle ranch, right? Yeah. So like Angus beef, like the good shit, the expensive cows.
We got cows watching anime, Wagyu.
So they move into this place, right?
All right.
They move into this place. Mm-hmm. Night one, they see a giant wolf that runs up to him and is like, chill. But roughly like looking a 6-foot man in the face.
Whoa. That's like a fucking
like
werewolf.
A giant wolf. But it's like just a wolf, and it seems kind of chill. And then it looks over and it sees a calf with its head sticking out through like the thing, the enclosure.
Yeah.
And this wolf goes for the calf, grabs the calf by the neck, starts pulling on it. This dude shoots it 3 times with a .357 and it doesn't flinch. And then it just kind of like backs off the calf. And then he gets a 30-06, I think. Like he gets a rifle.
Yeah.
Shoots this thing a few more times. And then it just leaves. Just starts running away.
Dude.
They chase it down. They follow the tracks, and the tracks disappear. Like, it's just like there's tracks, and then there's no tracks in the middle of this field.
Dude.
Night 1.
Yeah, night 1, you're fighting a werewolf, dude.
Yeah. So.
What a badass that guy is.
I mean, he's a rancher, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, this is my property. I gotta fucking
it.
take care of this. I can't have this giant wolf running around my
True.
cows.
True. Yeah.
So.
Jesus Christ.
For him, stuff seems to go normal for a little bit, but this is, from what I've mostly heard, where his wife starts to notice some weird stuff, where she thinks she's going crazy. Because she's like doing a grocery run. Like the story that everybody tells is she does a grocery run, she puts the groceries away, goes to do something else. Then when she comes back in the kitchen, the groceries are all in the bag again.
Nope.
Yeah. So,
which I could see myself being like,
yeah.
Did I just fucking imagine putting them away? Like,
or like stuff disappearing and then finding it in like an odd spot around the house a few hours later.
I don't like that.
So she's dealing with that. She thinks she's going crazy, so she doesn't bring it up to her husband.
Right.
And then one day he has a pole digger. It's like a post digger for putting up fences he's using. He like
that's his nickname.
He like leaves it in the field. He walks over to have lunch, and then when he goes back to dig for another post, it's gone. Can't find it. Goes home, and he tells his wife, and she's like, "I've been noticing some weird stuff too."
Yeah.
So now they're like, "Okay, whatever."
Let's compare notes.
And then like I think it was a few days or even like weeks later, he finds the pole digger like in a tree.
Damn.
Like way up a tree.
That's crazy. So you start thinking somebody's fucking with you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, before I forget, could you imagine how scary it would be to like take the trash out,
dude,
after you didn't kill the werewolf?
Yeah.
like every time you go out to your truck, you'd just be like, that would fucking eat me alive, dude.
Dude, orbs start showing up, like just floating. So there's like lights and there's orbs. The lights are first, and they're like super common. They're happening like every day. He's seeing these just like, he'll look out there and there'll just be like weird lights kind of dancing through the trees, floating around. As he moves towards them, they move away, and like he can't sneak up on them. He's tried that a few times. The orbs are blue, and those guys like zip around.
Damn, dude.
And they're less common, but they also at one point do kill 3 of his dogs.
What?
So he sends it, like, he's looking at these orbs, right? And he's like, what the he's, a rancher. And he's like, what the fuck are these things? And he's mad about it because they keep showing up and he doesn't know what to do about it.
Just so he's like skeet.
He sends his dogs.
Yeah. Oh, no.
His dogs run after it. The blue orb goes into the woods. He hears yelps. And when he goes to investigate, it looks like the dogs were vaporized.
What?
Like they're just like burned up, gone. Very little.
I'm out. As soon as that happened, dude, you vaporized my dogs, dude.
Yeah.
Is that scarier than them being like torn to pieces?
Dude, absolutely.
Yeah. At least torn to pieces, you'd be like, it's that goddamn werewolf.
Although vaporized sounds quick.
Yeah, but just like, you couldn't explain that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you walk up, there's no explanation for vaporizing an animal. You're just like, what the fuck?
Yep. There's of course cattle mutilations. Two of the most notable, and I think this one happened a few times, where they would find like surgically removed, like they find a cow dead. They're like, what the fuck? They show up. There's nothing around it. and it's been like cored through the asshole, but like clean cut, surgical, no blood. So they find a few of those, and at one point they're tagging calves' ears. They tag a calf, they go around tagging more, and then eventually they come back to this one, and it is like all of its organs removed. It's basically a spinal column, legs, and a head.
What?
No blood on the grass, no sign of anything. They had tagged this thing's ear like 45 minutes before, and that ear was removed too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So what are they thinking it is? Like, what does he think at this
they're
point?
just terrified.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
At a point, this whole family of 4 is sleeping in the same room because they're
sure.
like, we're not.
That's crazy that they're sleeping there. That's insane.
Yeah.
I would be calling somebody up like, yo, we got to crash.
So after a couple years, they reach out to like the news. And apparently the farmer the rancher thought that it was like some weird government thing, and it was just like weird byproduct of that.
Yeah, he's like, it's the MK
and he
Ultra,
was just hoping to get the word out that if something was fucking with him, they would like be like, oh, oops, and stop.
Yeah,
was kind of I think his hope. But he gets reached out to by, here we go. There's this guy named Robert Bigelow.
Nice, dude.
Guess what he is? He's a billionaire.
Oh, Robbie B, baby,
obviously.
Obviously, you're just that's a boss baby.
With
when
a
you
name
get born
like
with that name.
So Robert Bigelow had recently founded an organization called NIDS.
Mm-hmm.
NIDS is what is it?
National Institute for Discovery Science.
Yes, that is it.
Awesome.
So he buys the property from this rancher so that they can investigate it. Mm-hmm. Now, the rancher is still kept on as the ranch manager because what NIDS is a group of scientists who are skeptical. Like they're hired because they're skeptical of the supernatural.
Right.
And the whole thing is that this billionaire is funding this group so that these scientists can be flown across the country and start investigating things on the ground.
Just like a movie. You're like, here come the skeptical scientists.
Yep.
With their little fucking EMV machines. And
so they send people out. Those people, the first thing they do is they check for like any kind of psychedelic plants or funguses on the property. They check for like fault line. They check for anything that could cause anything.
These people are just
in this
eating
area.
Ketamine. He's like, oh, is that bad?
They find nothing in that vein at all. Like resounding no in all columns on that. So they were like, all right, this is weird. They start observing this place for a while. They set up like watchtowers on the property with dog like cages around them so that because the dogs apparently can sense when something weird is about to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
And they're and it takes a while for anything weird for them to see. But there's like an event where there's more of a description of a werewolf that the rancher starts shooting at again with his rifle. And like, but here's the thing, none of the scientists saw that. So now we're in a weird territory where it's like, well, really all of this is coming from that one rancher guy.
Yeah.
Right? But then, so the cord calf that they had just tagged its ear, that happened after the scientists show up. That was the first weird thing the scientists saw.
Okay, so they did see that. No,
well,
like,
so here's the thing. Nobody saw it, but it was in broad daylight in the middle of the day
and the no blood,
with people just like around.
Is crazy.
Yeah, and of course they had like veterinarians in this group, you know? The veterinarian did an autopsy and was like, this is like obviously no known predator could have done this. Jesus. With this calf. Yeah,
that's like predator shit. Like,
oh, I forgot about the sky portals.
The what?
So there's times, and I don't think it happened a lot of times, but I think a few times there was what they would describe as like a weird thing in the sky. Something that you don't really, kind of has borders of a sort.
Yeah.
And if you look into it, it looks like a different sky through there.
Dude. What a trippy.
So it'll be like it's late evening, the sun is going down. Mm-hmm. You've got, all sorts of colors in the sky, and then you look through and it's just like a bright blue sky. Like midday sky.
That'd be cool to see though.
Oh yeah. But creepy.
Yeah, man, it's like, dude, when you start getting creeped out in the middle of nowhere, that is one of the scariest feelings. Like if you hear something when you're camping and you're just looking around, like I couldn't imagine being outside and my dog's just like in the tree line, like no fucking way, dude. That is so scary.
My favorite.
I've left camping before. Yeah. I creeped myself out, dude. One time I was out there and I was like trying to, like, I got creeped out and I was sitting in my hammock and I was like, it's all right, dude. I can tough it out. And then I was like, what am I fucking doing, dude? Tough it out. I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm a bitch. I'm a big old bitch. I tried to go without my dog. It was the first time I tried to camp without a dog. Yeah. I was like, this is too creepy.
So my favorite scientist story of this whole thing is it involves cameras. Where they have
this is where I was wondering if they had trail cameras set up.
So they set up these Well, they have like a observation hub.
Okay.
Like they have a trailer with screens where they can go in there and everything feeds in. But there's this one camera that goes out like one night, and then it goes out the next night at like the same time in the same way. So they're like, all right, something's happening with this camera. Let's get another camera and put it on that camera. And both of the cameras go out at the same time. And then they're like, all right, we're gonna get 3 cameras. We're gonna put them so that each of them can see the other 2 cameras, like, and why don't all go out at the same time?
It's like, just go sit there.
Yeah. No, and some of them see weird stuff. I think one of the scientists reported he saw like a Bigfoot-like thing come out of a portal.
What? Yeah, dude, I'd be fucking out.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where I don't need to get to the bottom of it. Like, I'm fucking out. So what do they think it is? Just aliens?
So here's the thing. In 2016, Robert Bigelow sells the place to
he's like, fuck this.
Another big, super rich guy. And that guy, since then, has been doing his own studies, but less like... Because the Robert Bigelow version of the story, like, it's the... pretty publicized. Like that's kind of what made it a thing that people started to become aware of, was this guy who bought this place and started researching it and then putting out, books. Like George Knapp wrote a book about it. There's a bunch of stuff. But this other guy is doing it a little. I did watch a documentary like last year or 2 years ago where the new owner like made a documentary about what he's been seeing.
Okay, the new shit that's been going on. Like, is it more of the same?
It's a continuation.
Yeah, it's just the same stuff. I wonder if the original family was seeing all that and they were like, let's just sell it and get the fuck out of here.
But they lived there for so long.
Either that or they were doing some really creepy shit. Like some dark occultic shit,
Who knows?
Just like
they oopsied a little bit.
They're like, whoops.
They did a little
whoopee.
A little Jack Parsons.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude, you don't know what you're fucking playing with that shit.
And I mean, here's another indication that those people knew something weird was happening. Is they had in the contract to sell the place that the family, the new owners, if they want to dig anywhere on the property, they have to get approval from the prior owners first.
What? Yeah, dude. That's a big red flag. That's a big old, hey, we're going to dig all over now. Like, hey, don't go finding my fucking treasures out there. That's dead bodies all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's like I was telling you the other day about that the Piggy Palace, the Robert Pig thing. Yeah, when they did DNA, there was DNA all over that fucking place.
Yeah, buddy.
It's like, holy shit. Yeah, I was trying to pick some topics because I got to do next week. And man, dude, when you start reading about creepy shit, it starts creeping you out at night, bro. So last night, I've been reading about all this creepy stuff, serial killers, and I put Banjo in the garage because he was just fucking with Fiona.
Yeah.
So Banjo's in the garage, and we lay down. We got the kids down. We lay down in bed. It's all dark in the house, and all of a sudden, Fiona starts screaming like, "Wah!" And I'm like, And I just look at Christina. She looks at me. I go, Banjo's in the garage. And she goes, what is it? And I'm like, dude, I was going around this corner in my underwear like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, terrified. Banjo got in. I don't know how he got in, but he got in and was reeking. He was literally hanging from her face with his mouth.
Whoa.
She's just screaming.
Dude, Banjo is a horror movie monster,
bro.
On a small scale.
She'll make a big fuss, and then you go over there, and he's just touching her tail, and you're like, Fiona, dude, like, I'm feeding the baby. Stop. Yeah. Like, you gotta deal with this. And then, like, that time, he was hanging off of her face. I was like, holy shit. Then another thing that happened real quick about last night was, dude, there was a spider in the house. I saw it in the dark. That's how big this fucking thing was, dude. No. I was like watching TV, feeding the baby, and out of the corner of my eye, I was like, what? It was fucking...
Was it one of those big black and yellow ones?
No, it was a wolf spider. Because Banjo had knocked the door open, so it was open season in there. They're just... Dude, I know those things are harmless, but fuck,
they look
creepy.
Pretty scary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I saw a big-ass one. I was taking a shit last week.
Dude, that's the worst. You're at your fucking vulnerable.
you got to track it because I'm not done.
No,
you know?
You're just now. You're at the battle.
Yeah, I'm mid-turd. I got to keep an eye on this guy while I finish.
Keep an eye on him, dude. Don't you fucking.
Dude, what a stressful dump.
Yeah, that is. It's the only thing that makes that worse is if it's an away game and you're at like a gas station. Now you're battling in a gas station. That's tough. I've been pretty good about avoiding away games for quite a while now. I've been better. It was more when I was working and traveling all the time. It's not a question of if, it's when.
Sometimes you gotta.
And you hope it's somewhere nice.
Well, I'm getting ready to go to Los Angeles and Vegas next week.
Yeah,
so
you might have an away game. Have you ever shit on a plane?
No.
The embarrassment coming out of that fucking would be too much. It would be too much. But yeah, the spider freaked me out. And I was just thinking, like, what if it was crawling on the babies? What do you do there? Slap. And start shaking.
I got to shake this spider off.
I mean, dude. When the baby had shit all over her and the other one was screaming, I was just like, dude, it's crazy to think about single moms. Like, I mean, how could you not shake a baby? Like, if you're sometimes you got to time out. And if there's no time out, that shit would be too much. It's a lot. The shit is a lot.
I'm sure it's a lot. I can't even, and I don't want to imagine.
No, that was as bad as everybody says it is. That was that's the worst one yet.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's not going to be
the worst one yet. Yeah. No, I know it's coming. Yeah. It's got worse. But Skinwalker Ranch. I've never fucking heard about.
That's so crazy.
I know.
So do you know this the Skinwalker legend?
No. So why is it called Skinwalker?
It's also very shadowy because there's a legend of witches, basically.
On the land?
Evil witches from this tribe, the native tribe of the area. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It picked up that name from the supernatural, but the whole Skinwalkers, there's not a ton of information out because it's very secretive. Like, the tribe doesn't share information easily. And so what is, I guess, known is that they killed a family member to become whatever they are. They can transform into into animals and stuff. So, some people say that giant wolf's a skinwalker, you know?
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
They apparently have, a powder they can blow on your face, and it just fucking kills you.
What?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
But, yeah, they're just, weird, creepy, tribal...
Yeah, man, I don't fuck with
outcast wizards.
Voodoo and all that. I believe in that shit for sure. You know what I mean? Ancient tribe was here, I'm out. I don't need to be here. Yeah. They got it. This is
their
yeah, you got
spot.
it. You got dude, it's in New Orleans.
All of it is.
Everybody wants to play around in New Orleans and go in those voodoo shops. No part of it. I'm good.
I don't need a Ouija board.
I had a buddy that said that he would.
I don't want you to do my tarot thing.
Yeah, my buddy Tristan was doing the haunted tours in Savannah, and he was talking about that they went to like some really like haunted places, and he's like, people were doing like a seance to like bring spirits out, and he was like, dude,
why?
He said shit was following him home, and he's
Whatever
like, every
reason
now
you
and then
have
he's
to
like,
do
he
that.
sees something out of the corner of his eye, and I was like, no, thank you. And this dude lived in one of the scariest houses in Savannah. It was like an old house, and he lived in the back, like in the help. They had the little house behind him.
Oh, good. The good house.
Yeah. Dude, I went over his house one time. I was like, no fucking way. It was one of those houses when I walked in, I was like, dude, it's 5:30. I'm out of here before it gets dark.
There's still a blood stain in your closet.
Yeah, dude. The mattress came with it.
No.
Dude, I was out. It was one of those houses where I don't want to be here at night. We had a friend, his name was Butler, and he had a haunted house, and he didn't say anything, right? So the first time I was over there, we were making music together. He was like, yo, I got to go grab something from my car. And as soon as he left, it was like you could feel like this feeling like up your neck. So, dude, he comes back in. I'm just standing at the front door. He's like, what? And I'm like, he's like, yeah, this house is pretty creepy. I was like, you wouldn't say something? He's like, well, I didn't want to put that in your head. I was like, dude, you just left me in some creepy house. Like,
bro, I remember when I was doing beer canning. Mm-hmm. We would have like dumb early mornings, and I am habitually early to everything, including work, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so
that's the worst.
I'd be there, and a lot of my coworkers were not on time. They were late people. Mm-hmm. So I'd be there for like half an hour. You know, I'd show up 15 minutes early. They show up 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
Get in the truck, go to the job. But I'm sitting in the back, like, warehouse area of this brewery, and that motherfucker is haunted for sure.
Because like, it's so big and empty.
Here's the thing. I've lived in a brewery. I know the sounds that breweries make at night. I'm very familiar with that. I got over that fear a long time ago because breweries make a bunch of weird sounds.
It's like living in a basement, dude.
I would hear shit like I'd be in there and I would hear shit like, you know, squeegee, just a handle hit a floor, like way down that way, and I'd be like, and then I'd go sit in my car and listen to music.
Oh, dude, that's where you gotta have the lights on. They can't get you if the lights are on.
For sure, that's how it works.
I mean, that's why you can't leave your foot out. That's how they get you, bro.
But here's the thing: I fucking need it to sleep. I gotta.
What?
Leave those,
you gotta have a.
I gotta leave those toes out, dude.
You leave the toes out for the demons, bro. That's like leaving cookies out for Santa.
They need a little bit of that air, you know.
No way, dude. That's where they get you. That's where the demons get you, dude. They'll pull you right off that bed.
Nah, they won't fuck with me.
Yeah, I was like, as a kid, dude, I was scary as fuck.
You were terrified?
Yeah, I didn't do creepy shit at all. Gremlins scared the fuck out of me. I didn't like creepy shit. Like anytime I was like in a basement, I would sprint up the stairs. Like, fuck that.
I mean, that was just being a kid, I think.
One time, me and my brother got lost in the woods, and it got nighttime.
Yeah. That's a big problem.
That was like where we were fucking around, and then everybody got very serious because it was just like nighttime kids. We were like, no fucking
I don't know where to go.
In our old neighborhood, we had these kids that killed a cat in the neighborhood. And like the big rumor was that it was like sacrifice and it was like a ritualistic thing. So it was always this creepy old well in the woods when we were kids. And that was like what we'd do. We'd dare each other to go down there and hike down to this well. So scary, dude.
You ever whitetail hunt?
Like deer?
Yeah.
No.
So when I was a kid, what we would do when we would go hunting, because here's the thing, if you're hunting deer and you're going to do it from a stand, the best time is as the sun is coming up. Which there's like a specific level of like when the sun is up that you're allowed to start shooting.
Really? I didn't know that. There's like, why? Because they're too sleepy? Hey, not fair, dude.
You ever heard of shining deer? It's a super illegal where you drive around with your car with a big spotlight.
I was thinking red, bro.
No.
Little hoof.
So, but during the season, basically, there's like a specific time you can start shooting. But, and it's when the deer are active. It's when they're walking somewhere, you know? Yeah. It's when they're going to be moving. So you have your stands near where you know, in the areas where you know that they usually walk. Mm-hmm. But you have to be in your stand.
You're like, we set up over here. They have coffee.
You got to be in your stand well before that time.
Oh, yeah.
Because they need to be like you can't recently have come there because they'll sense that. You have to be just sitting there and become one with the environment so that they don't notice when you're walking. You're there when they're walking by. Dude, but that means that I'm 15. I'm walking. It's dark. It's 5 a.m. And
by yourself?
Oh, yeah. I'm walking by myself up like a 4-wheeler trail. And then, I mean, there was one time when my dad put me in a spot overlooking like this little brush swamp. Really successful. Like a lot of people have got deer, like got some bucks there. But like, you're just on a chair on the ground, dude.
In a bog?
Yes.
That's the scariest place
you're just sitting there. It's so early. It's still dark, and you're just waiting for the sun to come up.
Bro.
It's also northern Wisconsin, so it's in November, so it's cold.
And instantly you have to pee. You're like, why? That's crazy.
I have an uncle
That's so scary.
I have an uncle who got a buck because he fell asleep in that spot once, and he had done that's a good spot where you put doe urine on your boot, on like the back of it, so you leave a track of it.
Oh, a little fetish.
Oh yeah, the deer love it, dude.
They're like, dude, you're not supposed to drink it.
The deer are really into piss play, and it's crazy how much that works.
Those freaks.
But no,
bucks are like,
my uncle fell asleep in this chair, like leaned back with his feet out in front of him, and he woke up to a buck sniffing at the back of his boot, and he just kind of like had to like.
I didn't know you, dude. You're definitely getting some brains on you.
Nah, I mean, you go for a chest shot because the brain is so small.
Definitely getting some blood on you.
I mean, you're gonna have to cut this motherfucker open in a minute anyway.
Damn, that's crazy. A point blank.
He might not have got it. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. God.
And think about that buck, that poor buck. He's about to get his freak on. Never saw it coming. He's like, what?
Nah, dude. I think that did you not know that like doe urine is like it's common?
No, dude.
They make something called a buck bomb.
Oh man, I bet that smells horrific. No, see, it's just not like I'll catch it without that. I don't need to like.
I actually used one of these once, and it worked so well. Because here's what you do: is you get up in your stand, you sit down, and then like for me, it was my dad. He was gonna go sit in another spot. Takes this thing. It has a like. Imagine if an axe can had a latch so that you could keep it locked down. So you just turn on this spray can and set it down and run away.
No.
30 minutes later, a buck came running by, like running right at the thing. I was like, holy shit. It like.
What's it smell like?
Like doe piss. It smells like piss, Keegan. It's supposed to smell like piss.
Oh, man. I thought you were going to say you spray yourself like Axe. I was like, oh, my God, dude. You're like, you can hold it down and just Pepe Le Pew, dude.
I'm sure there's dudes who have done that, who have been like, I'm going to get a buck this year.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know.
Just fucking Bill Goldberg, a buck. Yeah, I've never been hunting. I would go, though. It wouldn't bother me.
That buck, I actually could have technically, and the thought did cross my mind because he wasn't sprinting in. He was like kind of trotting in, and I could see him for a ways over. And he walked right under my stand to the point that when he was right there, I had the thought, I bet I could pull my knife and jump on. I could Rambo this.
Yeah,
fucker.
you could fucking Assassin's Creed that motherfucker.
But then I was like, that's jumping 10 feet down onto something with knives sticking out of its head.
You just totally break both your ankles.
Yeah.
Just fuck.
So no, I just shot him in the neck.
Yeah. Damn, yeah, I've never killed anything. Hunting.
It's pretty metal.
Yeah, I would definitely like the meat. Dude, we just got a freezer in the garage.
Oh, you're going to start meat hoarding?
I'm at that point in the dad life, dude. I'm like, we got to get a freezer in the garage.
Bro, I'm not fucking with you. If you want to split a cow.
That's exactly what I was going to talk about. We should definitely split a cow because Little John said he's in too. I just never had a freezer. I didn't want to get all that meat. And now we got it. I think the hurricane also kind of made Christina and me be like, yo, like,
yeah.
Well, because we can freeze breast milk. So that's a big thing, too, because it's like with the supply chain thing, too, going out, I was like, what do you do if you just can't get formula? And then at work, they were doing like the hurricane relief and people were bringing in diapers. And I was like,
uh-oh.
What if, dude?
What
if I had these two
You got to go back to cloth diapers then. Wash your diapers.
Dude, no fucking way. That shit would get old in one day. They shit so much, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you need a lot of cloth diapers, but...
No, dude. You just have to have a bidet. You just have to rinse them off every day. We have a diaper genie that you can do with your foot, and then you throw it down in there, and it doesn't smell. And then when you pull it up, it, like, clips the bag. It's pretty nice. It's necessary because it doesn't stink.
Yeah.
But, dude, I busted it open when I went to go throw it in the trash can outside, and the top busted open. Oof. It, like, is a Mike Tyson punch of shit smell, dude. It was crazy.
Getting blasted. We
have no option. Every single Sunday night, you have to take the trash out now. It's a trash can full of shit. Like, yeah. It's a must. You don't want that thing baking.
Ooh, that's a big problem.
Yeah, and it's been hot. False fall. Ooh, just baking in the sun. That's the worst. I hate that smell, that trash can smell.
I wait to take all of my trash out until the night before because I specifically don't want it to start baking.
Dude, the worst job I ever did was I worked for that guy and we were working at that halfway house and we were doing like the maintenance guys there. Dude, he was like, there's a cooler that they've been complaining about in the parking lot. Dude, we go down there. This cooler, I guess something had gotten inside of it and fucking died and then like liquefied in it.
Oh, no.
Bro, the smell was like unbelievable.
Yeah.
And so we're like trying to bag this thing up and the dude I'm working with drops it and it opened. It was unbelievable. Like it was like it made no sense how bad it smelled. And it made me think like, what was wartime like? Because that's just one dead raccoon.
Actually, you know what is...
whatever it was.
So, circling back to hunting, I guess, because we're on this kind of conversation, maybe the worst thing that I've smelled... It's up there. Oh, I just almost gagged thinking about another one.
Right.
If you gut shot a deer... Because now all that half-digested food is...
Dude,
around.
No way. I feel like that would get on you.
Oh,
like you would smell like that. Oh, yeah.
I don't think Oklahoma, like false fall, like post false fall, like second summer heat. Like imagine if instead of porta potties, you just did like a pit underneath of a sheet metal structure.
Oh.
And it got pumped like maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
God,
and it's just baking. Yeah. Like you had to wear a gas mask to use it.
What was this for?
That was the bathroom when you were on the range.
Dude, no fucking way.
That's the one that as soon as I thought of it, that's the worst thing I've ever smelled.
You have to wear a gas mask to go in there. You're like, dude, we got to come up with a better solution.
No,
that's
they don't
some
care.
Caveman shit.
It's basic training. You're supposed to suffer.
That's too much.
It was a big problem.
It's too much. I would be out. I couldn't imagine that. That's crazy. Yeah. I hate.
And they weren't all that bad, but there was one in particular that was like next level.
Smelling somebody else's shit, but like infuriates me.
Now imagine hundreds of
That's
people.
what I'm saying. It like makes me angry.
Military cooking shits. I mean, this is all basic training people. So you're eating strictly the diet that the military gives you.
It's terrible.
And
it's like when you get more than
and
two.
It's been months of 150 people, different people showing up every day for like the last 4 months in the sun.
That's terrible, dude. That's god awful. Yeah, I find myself like walking into a public restroom and getting upset when I smell somebody shitting and I'm like, well, this is where they're supposed to, but shit bothers me.
Yeah, I try not to. Where's the most precarious place you've taken a shit? The toughest away game, let's say.
Disney World.
Disney World?
I was on mushrooms and I had a meltdown because I was like, there's acids from all over the world. Like that, I was just like, dude, this is. And I was
international.
Yeah, dude. I was like, and I was with with a lady, so I was like, you hate to be like, I have to shit, and then she's just sitting out there waiting on you.
Mm-hmm.
Bad.
And the more time goes by, the more she knows what's happening.
And it's not a good. And it's that's a bad one.
I was gonna say venue wise.
I mean.
Like, have you ever taken a shit at a place that didn't have a stall door?
No. Actually, yes, I have. I have.
That's a risky game.
At the football locker rooms.
Ooh, you got to go quick with that one.
Dude, because it might as well be in a Practical Jokers episode. You're just sitting in there holding your nuts, like knowing somebody's about to hit you with something. They would antique you, where they would just come over and just throw a handful of like baby powder into your face, probably giving everybody cancer.
Yeah.
Just hitting you with Gold Bond. Just
throwing asbestos in your face.
They used to antique people that were, they would, like while you were sleeping, they would just come up with a big old handful of baby powder and just fucking poof. It sucked. It was funny though.
It's funny, yeah.
Yeah. It sucked when somebody did Gold Bond and you're like, dude, it was supposed to be baby powder, you fucking idiot. Oh. I'm on fire. Yeah, that shit. Nothing is worse than chafing. That shit. It'll shut you down. It's
yeah.
I've been on the kitchen line hitting it with cornstarch. You got to do something.
Yeah.
Do women chafe?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I mean, there's nothing to...
Maybe big girls. Like the big dogs might chafe, but that's strictly...
Don't call them the big dogs to their faces. They won't,
that might be strictly just a guy thing.
Yeah.
Because that sucks.
Yeah.
The worst chafe is a beach chafe.
I hate the beach.
Yeah.
Because it's a recipe for chafing. As soon as there's sand on your balls, which is going to happen, now you just have sandpaper.
Yeah, like sex on the beach, I think that's just made up. It's like shower sex. It's romanticized to a point where, like, when you actually do it, you're like, this is terrible. I'd just rather not have sex. Like on the beach, no.
Yeah, the beach. It's like trying to. Would you eat a steak on the beach? You know.
Same way as the strip club. Would you eat a steak in a strip club?
The beach is for doing trashy things.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do anything classy on a beach. What's the classiest thing you can do on a beach?
Wear a white shirt and khakis and go take a picture with your family. Thank God my family never did that. That's always the best when you
I feel like rich people don't actually do that.
No, I've definitely seen some live, laugh, love. Some live, laugh, love families, dude. That's the most basic thing is the white and the khakis. Whole family. I refuse.
Yeah.
I refuse, dude.
It looks silly on me.
It looks silly on everybody.
That's
true. A terrible look. It's like, who is that for? Like, you might as well have a sweater on your shoulders and like say racist things under your breath. Somebody walks by.
Nah, man, outright racist.
Yeah.
Be upfront about it.
Have a bumper sticker on your golf cart. My other car is the N-word.
We just start. I mean, here's the thing. You act like that's a classy thing to do on the beach, but it still circled us back to Florida trash.
I think the beach, what is the classiest thing you could do on the beach? Probably a wedding, maybe. You see those? I mean, but you're just open to everybody.
It's still... Really?
That's definitely a second wedding.
Here's the thing. It's not the classiest place you can do a wedding.
That's the second wedding.
It's low tier on the classiness of your wedding.
That's because you know your groomsmen will never wear a tie. You're like, dude, just fucking do it on the beach. Yeah.
Fine. That way, at least then his salt life hat'll make sense.
Oh, dude, salt life is the worst.
No, the beach, it's the mountains is where it's at.
Yeah, but the mountains suck too, though. Like when you go to the restaurant in the mountains, that's when you're quickly reminded it's terrible. You go to like a Walmart, you're like, oh, I have the worst help that we could ever imagine up here. Yeah, I want to be like Blue Ridge, I think, because you could still drive somewhere and like go to a restaurant.
I mean, until the hurricane hits.
Dude, that shit is insane. A buddy of mine was saying his mom was trapped up there with 17 horses. I was like, oh my God.
Ride the horse out, bitch. What are you doing? The roads are down. That's not a problem for you.
Build a raft, Oregon Trail. Get them in there.
Sure, you might lose a couple to dysentery.
You see them float down? Dude, it's insane up there. Like, Chimney Rock was just gone. The entire town. And, that's a lot of the conspiracy people were talking about mud floods. A whole culture got wiped away. Tartaria, everybody said, don't be ridiculous. Fuck. Whole town gone. Do people know they had Wi-Fi? Nope. Is there any evidence they had the internet? Mud flood, dude, that shit is insane.
Are you implying that the shittiest part of Russia had the internet in the 1800s? Is that?
No, I'm just saying. I do think they had electricity, like Nikola Tesla. I think that's definitely they came in and shut that guy down, dude. As soon as anybody who figures something out, they're like, mm-mm.
Well, yeah.
I think that is what I think is the big hope.
But here's the thing:
is that energy is free.
But here's the thing: is if that didn't happen, we never would have got to watch Thomas Edison murder an elephant.
Oh my God, dude! I still think about that on the earlier episodes. Yeah, Thomas Edison, what a monster!
Yeah, kind of a dickhead.
He's like, and now for my closer.
Because elephants, I mean, I don't know if they knew that back then, but they're pretty smart, it turns out, I guess.
Yeah. They, like, go back to the place that one of their relatives died, and they, like, put their feet on the bones, and, like, they have, like, a ceremony. They'll, like, go and, like, have a moment of silence, like, every year when they go back by it. It's crazy. That's why they have memory like an elephant. They never forget.
There's one forgetful elephant.
Yeah, definitely. He's an outlier.
I want to meet Jeff, the forgetful elephant.
He's at the zoo trying to kill himself. I don't want to go to the zoo with my girls. That shit depresses me.
Yeah, you could just take them out into nature to see wolves in real life.
Jeez. Yeah, that's a big thing. Christina wants to take them hiking, and I'm like, that's a lot of, like... You got a lot of variables. You know, like you're really up in the variables. Because all of a sudden, Dad gets bit by a snake. We got fucking
game
issues.
Over. It's game over.
God. I mean,
welcome
what's
to
worse
single
than
motherhood.
what's worse than seeing a bear? Seeing a bear with your children.
Yeah. God damn it. At least I can run faster than these two.
I can outrun you, Chrissy. Somebody has to fucking change these girls.
Yep.
Yeah. Just having your kids, it makes everything.
Yeah.
It's like driving. Dude, speaking of driving with your kids, I was walking the Two Birds on the Marietta Square, and I saw these two cars, like, getting into it, driving by Two Birds. Bro, this kid could not have been more than, like, 10, 11 years old. Definitely not over 13. Hanging out the window, flicking off the car behind him like Tupac style, and his dad holding his shirt, screaming at the car.
Shit.
Like, basically his dad was like, yo, you get him, dude. And I was watching it like, oh, no, dude. It's taught.
Yeah.
Like, this kid is a fucking problem. It, like, bothered me when they drove by. I was like, I don't even know what the situation is, but I'm not. I gave him a thumbs down. I was like, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, so you got to throw out that thumbs down.
It was crazy. I mean, he was literally hanging out the car like Tupac. I was like, dude, imagine letting your child do that. Like, get him. I can't.
Yeah. I mean, not cheering your child on doing
holding
that.
His shirt.
Yeah, like aiding.
And abetting.
I mean, that dude told his kid to do that for sure.
He said, give him the double bird. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember we did it last week.
I mean, you're really taking your fate in the hands of some really crazy people.
I mean, that guy's driving drunk exclusively.
Oh, absolutely. He's had fucking 3 Steel Reserves already. Might be an open container somewhere in the car.
He hasn't driven sober since it became illegal to drive drunk.
Dude, there are people that come into the brewery with their kids, and you're like, unless y'all are walking, like,
no,
this is a fucking problem.
I've been heavily against that for years.
And it's like, even if you're walking, you're like, bro,
this is not the place for children.
Well,
it's an establishment for alcohol.
I've seen arguments for both ways. A lot of people say that, but what I'm saying is, like, even if you're walking home, like, I don't know if having 6 beers with like 2 kids, I don't know if it seems like you would be heavily impaired.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like getting...
Well, that's what I do, but I'm doing that for fun because I
Right.
don't have responsibilities.
Right. It's just... Because I feel like smoking weed as a parent, if anything, it just heightens everything. Like, you're uber careful now. You know what I mean? Like, you're just, like, way more... It's like driving stoned. Like, I feel like you drive a lot better. The same thing. It's, dude, another thing that bothers me at the breweries, we went to Reformation. This lady had like a 110-pound dog just like on a leash, and she's paying no attention. I was just like, what? And she's tiny. I was like, what is this lady going to do if this dog gets off this leash?
Was the dog chill?
Nah, he seemed not aggressive, but he wanted to play.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just like pulling her. And I was like, dude, she was talking to somebody with like, I was like, dude.
I met a couple dogs yesterday.
Nice.
So I was walking to the square, and in like once I was into the neighborhoods part of that walk, just two fucking dogs running around in the neighborhood, sniffing around, and I was like, they look real nice, but I don't want them to notice me because I don't want them to follow me to the square.
Yeah. Then you feel responsible, dude.
Yeah. So I'm walking, and there's a golden retriever I can see has a collar on, and then there's like a slightly smaller, like kind of black gray dog.
Uh-huh.
And that one runs up to me, super friendly, just trying to hang out, doesn't have a collar. I'm like, okay, so this one wants to hang out, doesn't have a collar. The one with the collar is like staying 15 feet away from me. I'm like, fuck. So now this gray one's following me. No collar, no idea where this dog comes from. I shouldn't have pet the dog. That was my. As soon as I pet the dog, it's like, but what are you gonna do?
I mean, yeah. I'm a weak man.
Yeah.
I gotta pet the dog.
And I know it's somebody's dog because it's like it's
well kept,
good coat,
yeah,
good teeth,
manicured.
Yeah, it's not a street dog. And I'm walking, and there's just like an old couple unloading groceries on like the next street over, and this dog is still following me. I'm like 4 blocks from where I picked up the dog. I'm like, do you guys know whose dog this is? And they're like, no. And basically the guy was like, well, I'll keep the dog in my backyard until you get by. So like that guy made sure that because the golden retriever stopped following away back. But no, this old guy.
That's awesome. Dude, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because I was like, this dog, even if I happened to have something to use as a leash on me, I don't have, there's no collar.
Dude, you know what else they had at the brewery? They had a lady that was walking around with a dog, and he had a little vest that said "Adopt Me." And they were just walking around letting him play with everybody and pet people. I was like, dude, that's the way to get that dog adopted. Mm-hmm. I was like, get away from me because I'll go home with a goddamn dog.
I saw a dog yesterday. It was like a young German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Adorable. Had what was it? It was like a working canine vest. Mm-hmm. Looked like police style.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Are they fucking
a little
training?
alt-right fucking German Shepherd.
Are they training the police dogs in the square or something?
I don't know. Those dogs are intense.
Because here's the thing. It looked like the kind of thing that like you shouldn't be able to buy that vest for your dog on the internet. Mm-hmm. Like that. I know exactly which one you're talking about. Yeah. Yep. Because it's like you look at the vest and you're like, I don't know if this is like a person's dog or if this is like a legit.
Yeah, at that point you're impersonating a canine.
But you guys are sitting here drinking beers outside of Red Hair, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, like that guy comes into Glover.
Oh, the same dog.
I know.
Okay, so that's not a police dog.
No, it's just a service animal. But I think he's a veteran.
Mm. Oh, okay,
But that dog's intense. It just sits right by him the whole time. Like, I forgot. I was, like, wiping a table off. I was like, God damn, dude, I forgot that dog was. I was like, what the fuck? It's so funny how, like, if you out of your peripheral, if you see a certain height, your brain immediately alerts. Like, what?
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
What was that?
Careful.
Yeah. Where are we at?
I mean, we're hour 20 almost.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I figured it was going to be a long one with the. You got. Oh, yeah, you're headed to L.A.
Yep.
Vegas.
Yep.
Are you going to read Fear and Loathing, dude?
I've read it.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yep. Quick read.
It really is. And it's like a good one. It's made me want to go to the desert. I've never been to the desert. I mean, I guess I went to Pueblo, Colorado, but that doesn't count.
It's close, but not quite. I mean, I've driven through like Arizona and
yeah. See, I'm trying to get
that.
to Utah. I'm trying to get out to the Skinwalker Ranch.
I'd say don't do that. I'd recommend not doing that.
Oh, dude, before I forget, on another creepy note, but not enough for a whole episode, we had another mushroom killing.
Another?
Yes, in Joshua Tree, not too long ago, not even a week ago. So this guy eats mushrooms. He's like, dude, I want to take the car out. Guy's like, we don't have a car. Like, what are you talking about? So he just goes next door to these people's house, comes barging up in the house, and he's like, yo, give me your keys. I want to take your car. And I guess the dude like goes to argue with him. He has a baseball bat. He just King Griffey home run derby whacks this dude in the fucking head. Then proceeds to just beat everybody in the fucking house with a baseball bat.
What the fuck?
Uh-huh. I was like, what? Just high as fuck on mushrooms. 911 gets called. He gets arrested for no reason. Just picked him out at random. Just wanted to. I was like, dude, you got to give that guy your car.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have a gun already pulled, like, if he's just bust up in the dining room and he's like, I want your car, I'd be like, absolutely, brother.
It's your car now.
Absolutely, dude. You don't look like you're going to get far, you know?
Try not to scratch it, buddy.
I'm on the phone with Geico right now.
He's going to fall asleep in the driveway in that car. That's what he's going to do.
Hello? The general? Yeah, somebody's currently stealing. But it made me, this is how sick these stories are making me, right? So the only thing I could think about, and I was telling Christina, and she's like, that is a horrific thought, was when you were talking about the guy that ripped his friend's heart out, who I told you that story, and you were like, but picture, for the moment, he thought that he was killing Satan, you know?
Yes.
Like, he thought he was killing the devil.
Yeah.
What did that feel like? Did you ever play baseball? You ever been to a batting cage?
I mean, yeah.
You know how good it feels when you hit a home run and
when
that
you
fucking
really, when
bat
it really
connects?
nails it, yeah.
He must have just might have felt.
Wait, is there like a video of this or something?
No. I mean, I'm sure there's a ring camera.
It was just described. It's like Inglourious Bastards. He really,
dude, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, Jesus. Yeah, I'm sure there's a ring camera footage. It was in Joshua Tree. It's creepy shit. Then I started really reading about Joshua Tree. Dude, no, there's some creepy shit that goes on out there. A lot of people disappearing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a park, right? It's like a state park
and there's
or a
a
national
weird
park.
thing with like federal parks is they only have a certain amount of time that the government can allot to search for you. And it's like not a long time. I forget what the specific time is, but it's just like, it's been 2 days. They're gone.
Well, you know about missing 411, I assume.
Yes, dude. That's what got me out of the woods. I'm not even kidding. I listened to that and then I went to go camp and was like,
yeah, you're like, nuh-uh.
I'm going to fucking disappear without my shoes on. I took my shoes off and got in my hammock and was like, because they always talk about they find people's shoes.
The story of the kid who just appeared like 60 miles away is like, what the fuck?
Nah, dude. Creepy shit. Well, this is what I tell people all the time. And it's like, if you're a serial killer in 2024, you're like, I have this urge to kill people, but there's ring cameras. Everybody's got cell phones.
The woods. It's
the one place. The one place where it's like, and you're probably sitting out there camping. You're like trying to fight these urges. And then some fucking college guy walks by himself and you're like, holy fuck. No way he's by himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have a dog.
Has Jason Halsey come on this show? I've had him on a few.
No.
He's told me this story on, I think, 2 different podcasts about where he almost stayed somewhere where 2 fishermen were attacked by a serial killer the night that they almost stayed there.
What? Dude.
Because they were hiking the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
And it was like a couple weeks. There were like these posters all over the place because this guy who had, like, I think attempted murder a couple people on the Appalachian Trail had been released from prison after like 25 years. And he was back on the trail.
So there's the opening scene to Halloween, dude.
So there's just signs everywhere.
Oh my God.
And they're like walking, they're like, hey, there's a good spot to camp by this creek.
Yeah. Next to this guy with a hockey mask.
It's called like Dismal Creek. It's like it's such an on-brand name.
Hey, this dude in the hockey mask has got a spot next to him on Dismal Creek.
Yeah. No, but this guy, I guess he well, they were like, we could camp there, and then but I guess they were just like, I don't like the vibe of this spot. So they moved on and they went a couple more miles up. And then they found out later that like that night, the night that they hiked right by there, a couple fishermen who had driven in and didn't see all the signs.
Oh my God.
Came in, fished, they caught some fish, and then like as they're cooking dinner, a guy comes walking out of the woods and just starts hanging out, and he was like polite and nice and all that, and they gave him some of the fish, and he pulled out a .22 and shot both of them, but they lived. So it was another like attempted murder, same guy, yeah. But
and then he got away?
It was no, I don't think so. I think they caught him again.
Jesus.
But yeah,
that's terrifying.
Jason Halsey was like they were gonna stay there. I mean, they would have known it was him as soon as he came out of the woods, but that might not be better. He still has a .22.
Yeah. I mean, and if you're out there, it's like you know what I'm saying? It's like you versus person. Like that's so real. You're like, fuck. Yeah. I've definitely
pretty fun.
Yeah. I've definitely walked by people when I'm like camping and you're like walking around just exploring. You walk by somebody and they're just creepy, just sitting there. You're like, oh no. This guy's staying.
That guy's in the woods because he's not accepted other places.
That guy's hiding from something. Yeah, man. That's a tough look. That's why you have to camp with a gun.
Yeah.
People are like, you're in a state park or whatever. It's like, then don't camp there. You know, like even for, you know, vermin and critters and shit.
Or like, I don't know, a mountain lion?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, that thing's probably going to get you either way. But if you got a shot at it, you have a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to be a good shot. You know, 7, 8 beers. Might be slow to the draw. Oh, shit. Fuck.
That is, mountain lions terrify me.
Is that?
Well, because they stalk you for like a couple days.
That's pretty fucking
and
scary.
Then one day they'll just wait until, because they've been watching you for a couple days, they'll be like, he's not going to turn around for another quarter mile, you know?
How much does a mountain lion weigh? Like a big mountain lion. Google that. What is, because I always think
I'm scared.
I think about Banjo, and he's 13 pounds. So let's see what. Oh, 160 pounds.
Yeah, 120 to 160 for a male. I mean, even 75 to 110 for a female. Like, Banjo weighs 13 pounds.
That's a problem.
I mean, a large female is almost exactly 10 times that weight.
And the way that Banjo plays with things before he kills it, it ain't going to be quick.
Nuh-uh.
Like, I wonder if they do that to you. I wonder if they
Well, I think, from my understanding, mountain lions, usually they just go for the throat immediately. Basically, they stalk you, and then they jump on your back and fucking rip your throat out.
Damn, dude. There was a story of an old dude that was with his wife, and the mountain lion jumped on his back and scalped him. Could you imagine just that happening to somebody you're hiking with? Just a demon falls from the tree.
I feel like I need a palate cleanser. Let's watch somebody be hurt hilariously. We've watched this on the show before.
Dude, that's why I started watching that show Outrageous Pumpkins on HBO. I just was like, I need a palate cleanser. I was reading about the most horrific shit. I was like, dude.
This one makes me laugh every single time.
Oh, yeah. This is how we'll end it.
Yeah. A classic.
The classic, dude.
The classic helicopter extraction failure where the lady it starts so slow.
It's like you get home from the bar, you lay down. This is you. It should say, I have to be up at 5:30. I got to be at work in 6 hours. Oh, God. Did I text my ex? Oh, fuck.
Oh, I need to pee, but I'm going to throw up if I open my eyes.
I'll never do a clopin again.
Why did I do that last Zin pouch?
Twisted teas. Not even one.
Oh, man, I related to that one too much.
Twisted teas will kick you in the dick.
Oh, they sure will.
You just shouldn't drink that much sugar.
No.
It's like, yeah. So what do you got coming up, dude? Where are you headed?
Yeah, I'm going to be in LA and Vegas. I'm going to be at Rick's Barbecue in Vegas on the 16th. I don't remember what this venue is for this one. Another spot in Vegas on the 17th, 19th. I'll be at the Comedy Store Midnight Show.
Nice. That'll be cool.
And
That's
then,
a creepy place. You want to talk about a creepy place? They say that place is haunted.
We got more stuff. I'm roasting Patrick Logan on the 24th at Freedom Brew and Shine, the same place that I saw micro wrestling.
That's awesome. Damn, so they had micro wrestling, a shooting range, a Christian Bible store.
Oh Correct. We're doing recording a private event on the 26th.
That seems like somebody's daydream at a Trump rally. like they're just like, if I could come up with a place.
Bro, a Trump-themed micro wrestler would crush.
Dude,
just paint a guy orange.
Huge. Dude, with the hair, yes, it would crush.
It would be incredible.
We got to manage one. We got to be like the Don King.
Yeah.
I debated.
That would be fun.
I have a little person story. I didn't know if I should tell it.
Let's save it.
Yeah. That's what I was like. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm doing the Skull Mic on Wednesday the 30th.
Oh, nice.
Day before Halloween. And then some show called Deliciously Nothing in Nashville on the 2nd, November 2nd. That's what I'm doing.
Nice.
Brother.
I actually am going to start getting back into it. I talked to Christina. I'm going to start sliding back in at the open mics.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to start at, I'm going to try to do McCracken's on Mondays, and then I'm going to try to slide to the alley stage and see if I can't get in there on a Wednesday. Just because it's so close. I need to do another one other than McCracken's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started writing again. I just have so much time at night when you're just up doing nothing. Being creeped the fuck out.
Try and get silly.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thank y'all so much. We'll be back next week. We got another Freaky Friday episode. Thank you.